Hello, creatives. Thank you for dropping by. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. It helps the channel and helps me out. Really appreciate it. Thank you. So today's thought, it's one that we all deal with. So today's thought is don't hold on to anger. Wow, tongue twister. Just let it go. So the saying is, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. That's attributed to the Buddha, right? What does that mean? Okay, so for those of us who drive, for those of us who are out in traffic, it's like that person cuts you off and you're the one that gets upset because they cut you off and you get angry, and now you've got this anger on you and within you for the rest of whatever long you stay angry. So that person doesn't even know what's happening to you. Most of the time they don't even know. They cut you off, but it's like they're oblivious. Now you're the one that's seething. You've got this anger inside of you. So let's step away from the emotional aspects of that. Just the physical aspect of you getting angry are detrimental to your health. And you holding on to that anger is just not good for your body. There's nothing wrong with getting angry, but there's a definite problem when you let the anger overtake you and it clouds your reason, it clouds your mind. So now we're going to go into more of the emotional aspect of that. This person gets you angry. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't have to be a road incident. Just in general, someone gets you angry and you're the one now that walks around with this anger and you don't let it go. And this is the thing about anger. It starts to grow. It starts to morph into something else. And it gets bigger and bigger. And then you start thinking about other incidents. And then they did this, and then maybe they did something else, and other things start coming to your memory, and you start remembering all this stuff because you're holding on to the anger. So basically what you're doing is you have a hot coal in your hand that you want to throw at someone else because that anger, you want to lash out, you want to get rid of it, you want to direct it at something or at someone. So you have this hot coal in your hand. And those of you that know what hot coals are like, if you've done barbecues, or you've worked around metalworks and grabbed hot pieces of metal, like when you're cutting a fence, you know what it's like to grab. I know what it's like to grab a hot piece of metal because I did this when I was a little boy. My dad was cutting a fence, and the first thing he told me was, "Don't grab the pieces that fall off." So what's the little boy gonna do when you see bright orange pieces of metal falling on the ground? What's the first thing a little boy is going to do? He's gonna grab one of those pieces, and it hurt. To this day, I tell you, I was really young, and it hurt. It burned so badly, and that's what holding on to anger is like. It's this coal in your hand that just burns you, and you don't realize that it's burning you. And then you let it get out of control, and it gets bigger and bigger, and you lash out, and then you have a moment, and then it's like someone who hasn't done anything to you says something, and because you're in this state of anger, you say something you're going to end up regretting, or doing something that you end up regretting because you held on to that anger. So my thought for you today, this is a really important one, because when we operate out of anger, we're not thinking straight. So it's really important to let go of the anger. Don't hold on to anger. It doesn't help you to hold on to anger. There are moments when you have to get angry, and there's such a thing as righteous anger, that you're standing for justice and things like that. They have their specific moments. But what I'm talking about is holding on to anger long term turns you into a bitter person, turns you into an angry person. And it's like holding that hot coal. You're the one getting burned. And the sad thing about that is that you don't realize it, but in many cases, not only you are the one getting burned, but the people in your life are also getting burned. And what do most people do when they get burned? They recoil, they pull back, stay away from whatever's causing the burning. And in most cases, if you're the one holding on to the anger, they're pulling back and staying away from you. So today's thought, and what I want you to take with you and really consider it, is don't hold on to anger. It's not good for you to hold on to anger. It's okay to get angry sometimes, but don't make it a prolonged thing. Don't make it a permanent thing. Don't go around being permanently angry or permanently offended. Don't hold on to anger, because it's like holding a hot coal and you have the intent of throwing this coal at someone else, but in the meantime, you're the one getting burned. Let go of the anger. Have a great day. Be uncommon.